So we're here today with Alan Gray, who's been gracious enough to come and share his story about being here at the Institute and how that's been for his daughter and his family and himself. Let's start with how old your daughter was when you adopted her.
We got Anastasia when she was 2.5 years old. She was in orphanage number 6 in St. Petersburg, Russia. We got her in the middle of winter, and we spent a month in Russia going through the different things you have to do to go through an adoption there. So she came back, kind of interesting. She had never seen any animals before because she was in this orphanage the whole time. So we had 2 dogs at the house, and she kind of freaked out because she had never seen anything like that before.
Oh.
We started her in school, preschool. I think she was about 4 years old, and she was doing pretty well back then. But certain things would happen every once in a while. One time I was home doing some work, and Carolyn was. I was with her, and I had to do a conference call in the morning. And she didn't like it that I had to go in the room by myself in the conference call. And I came out of the house, and she had gone out the front door. And I finally found her like 4 blocks from the house. And she was just in her own little world, and was, really angry with me because I wasn't paying attention to her, and I was doing this conference call. And so I started to realize there were some things that were going to be a challenge, especially when she got a little older. We were getting reports from school that they took her computer away because she'd go on it online and not do what the teacher wanted. We'd get tutors to come in for her, and she wouldn't do the work, and finally the tutor would leave, being fed up. So all these things started to lead to what are we going to do? And we take her to therapy, and she wouldn't do the therapy. She just shut down. And so there are all kinds of, besides like being afraid of her running away from the house, she wouldn't do things. She would get up in the middle of, she wouldn't sleep. She'd get up in the middle of the night and eat at night, leave all the lights on in the house, just all these behaviors that she was manifesting, and we didn't know what to do. So finally, I think I'm the one who read about the Institute here, and we decided that she was going to come here.
Can you talk more about the outpatient treatment that she got and what they were trying to accomplish that just wasn't working?
I think we took her to a regular therapist, and she had a meltdown and screaming fit and wouldn't even participate. And then we found a specialist in attachment disorder. It was Connie Horniak in Newport Beach. And we brought Anastasia, and all of us went there. My wife, myself, and Anastasia. And we worked on all of us as a family, but Anastasia wouldn't pay attention. So she would be asked questions, and she starts swinging her head around and being non-responsive to the point where the therapist, Connie, had to ask her to leave the room. And we kind of went through the therapy without her because she just really wouldn't participate.
Mm-hmm. So outpatient just wasn't enough. Even though Connie's an attachment therapist, right, she needed more than outpatient care at that point.
Yeah, I don't think like once a week going for an hour in that situation is the answer. And what we're coming here is we took her out of her environment into a total whole program that's all the time. It's not just, you go for an hour, you don't participate, and then you go back, mm-hmm, and the behavior is the same. It's been here where she's come to the Institute where they have her on a regiment of many things. She has a regimen at the home mother's house, and then she comes in for therapy, and then she did a neurofeedback, and that helped her anxiety a real lot. So I noticed the progression with her, where she started to become really a totally different kid. where I could speak with her, where before she would shut down if I asked her any questions about her feelings. She could speak very well about her feelings now. We communicate. She listens, has found respect. She's respectful now. She's learning to be responsible. So in the 6 months that she's been here, there's been like a tremendous swing. Before she came here, I came here and worked a week with Forrest and Margaret, and I found out a lot of things that were in my past and upbringing that didn't help a kid with this particular attachment disorder. That so when I came here, I learned how to, with my behavior, how I would need to deal with her, and I actually had to come, had to go deep within myself to realize all these things and figure out a way to be able to deal with Anastasia so that we could be a better family together. And that's basically what we're learning. I'm learning, she's learning to be a better family together, because it's really been a blessing, the whole situation.
How do you feel about taking her home?
I feel great about it. I think that things are going to go well. I think that I think actually she will be a step ahead of the actual so-called normal regular kids, because what I see out there, they're all on cell phones or on the computers or on video games, and they're kind of we have like a kind of detached society as it is.
As a parent who's been through this journey, do you feel like I've forgotten to ask you anything or something that's important that parents should know?
I think they should know that there is hope. There is hope. I don't think that that a kid can't be helped, and I don't think I think there is. For me, the biggest thing is there is hope, and there's hope for families to be families.
Okay. Thank you, Alan. It's been so great to have a dad's perspective. We don't get that very often, so
Well,
thanks for taking
here,
the
and
time.
I'm very thrilled with the whole program here.